Welcome to Money Talk. I'm Tim Hart. We're at Monarch Community Bank. We've got Vice President Joni Manchester with us. We're here talking today about credit scores. And Joni, I think people may underestimate at times, what a good credit score can do for you overall. What are some of the things that it affects?
Credit score affects obviously the loans that you're trying to achieve, but it can also affect the premiums that you pay on your insurance. It can affect your ability to get employment. It can affect if you're trying to go rent a place and you've got bad credit, they may not be willing to rent to you.
Now, with a credit score, what is the range? What's a good credit score? What's a medium? And what's a bad one?
Anything over 720 is considered excellent. Anything from 680 to 719 is considered good, and anything under that is graded appropriately from there.
What are some of the things that affect my credit score the most?
Things that affect your credit score the most is making your payments. Obviously, your mortgage payment is the first most important thing that they look at. They look at your payment ability on any other loans. They also look at any outstanding balances that you have on credit cards that you may not be using and have the potential to pull off those. So if you've got a credit card that you're not using, write to that company and make sure that it gets canceled so that it reflects it on your credit report.
Well, because they're looking and saying, oh, well, look at that big balance, or, maybe there's too much balance available, and that's some
Correct.
of the things that affects.
Correct. A potential for borrowing more money that you may or may not have the ability to repay.
Now, as we take a look, I've got some information here in front of me. Your access to free credit reports. And I know this is something that the loan officers here have at the bank.
Correct.
What is this that I'm looking at?
Federal Trade Commission has issued this as a guideline for consumers when they want to go out and achieve their credit report. You can either go online, there's phone numbers in there for you to call. Once you've gotten your free credit report, which will just give you the information, it will not give you those scores. You do have to pay to get those scores. But once you have that information and you've had the opportunity to review it, if there's any information that's inaccurate, it will give you the numbers to call to the 3 major credit repositories, and then you can make sure that that gets corrected, give them the documentation to correct it. If there's any fraudulent activity, it gives you a time to stop it. Make sure that every potential new creditor is on the watch that there may be other fraudulent activity going on. So
and you've got to watch, again, I think, like things that you're not aware of, medical bills or things that your insurance was supposed to pay and maybe they didn't. I know many years ago we had something like that, and then they can get those removed, and then, of course, that changes the whole
that
score.
improves your score.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Now let's talk about real quick, how can I increase my credit score? Let's say I've fallen on some hard times. Is there something that I can do to raise that level?
Once again, make sure you make your mortgage payments on time. That's probably the first thing they look at. Make sure that you make your credit card payments, car loans on time. Get rid of any credit cards that you're not using. Even if they potentially have a balance on them right now, you could always write to the credit grantor and ask them to cancel those, with the idea, of course, that you're going to repay what's left on there. But it shows that your intent is not to achieve any new credit. So all those things will help your score.
And that'll just kind of slowly raise it up? Is that
correct?
I mean, it's not something that, I do this on time for a month or two, boom, my score goes right up.
No, they're looking for a pattern.
Okay. All right. Anything else about credit scores that we might need to know?
Make your payments on time. Best thing to know.
There you go. The key thing of everything. So, Joni Manchester, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Joni Manchester's been with us. She's the Vice President at Monarch Community Bank. We've been talking about your credit score and what you can do to, really achieve a higher one or raise your score, and what it all affects. For Monarch Community Bank's Money Talk, I'm Tim Hart.